Do you often think that you always have to be strong? Well, I want to tell you that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to not be strong every single waking moment of the day. And I have to tell myself that. So as I'm telling myself that, I want to tell you that. I'm a person that feels like I always gotta be strong. I'm always the strong one. But guess what? When you always present yourself as the strong one, others simply seem to forget that you're human and that you have feelings too, and that you want to be comforted at times as well. But when you carry yourself in a certain way, people they don't see that, they don't understand that, and I get it. I understand that too. But I'm here to support those who you're always being the strong one, and the other people they don't recognize that or they don't empathize with you on that. Well, I empathize with you on that because that is my life for the most part. And sometimes we don't want to talk about it and we don't want to show vulnerabilities sometimes because sometimes we makes us think we are weak. When we're not actually weak, we just sometimes when you're so used to wearing many hats and handling and taking care of things, you just get that's the essence that's attached to you, and you are the strong one. And I want to let you know that we're not always okay, and you're not always okay, and that's okay. So it's okay to not be okay. Is what my point is. So in sharing this information, it's a vulnerable spot for me. And what happens is sometimes we can lose people along the way, friends or family members, because when you are strong and situations come up and you seem to have to put your foot down, or you decide to like really speak up. And this is for people who like really avoid conflict because I try to avoid conflict too. But when you decide to speak up and put your foot down in certain situations, then guess what? Then you become the villain. So you go from this. Uh, I'm drifting away a little bit from the "it's okay to not be okay." Well, it's kind of like underneath the same umbrella. But when you drift away from, not even drift away. I'm sorry. When you are so nice and so used to being nice and accommodating, a people pleaser and a yes person, the time you decide to say no to something or certain situations happen and they trigger you in such a way to where you probably lash out, if your circle is not really in tune with you or really know you or know who you are, then they're going to look at you like, oh, I ain't know they had that, she had that side to her. Well, truth of the matter is, we all have a different side to us. Some have multiple sides. So you have a kind side. Some people have a shy side. Some people have an angry side. Some people have a no nonsense side. So some of us have multiple sides. So when people are used to seeing the submissive, yes side, and then you finally say no, you're gonna lose some people. And then when you lose those people because of you decided to say no and put yourself first, you have to then ask yourself, the people that you lost, were they really for you? Because if they were really for you, they definitely would understand if you decide to put yourself first and put the other people on the back burner. So it's a thin line where it shouldn't be, because I'm like this. If I ask somebody to do something and their answer is no, I'm not going to question their no, because last I checked, no was a complete sentence. I'm not going to question their no. I'm not going to push the envelope with it. I'm not going to get an attitude with them about it. I'm going to simply, okay, that's fine. I'll figure something else out. I mean, what else can I do? Especially if I know you real well and we're good friends, and if your answer is no, then it's no. Or maybe you had an outing you guys were going to do, and one person decided to change their mind and they're not going to go. I'm not going to get upset with them for that. Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow then. I'll talk to you later. I'm not going to get upset or feel some kind of way about it. And then when certain situations happen, the other thing that happens to us is nobody else wants to take accountability. You are always the villain. You're always the one that did something wrong in this scenario. So then that causes a no resolve. And back to the point I was making about I don't like conflict. I avoid conflict at all costs, because it just disturbs my spirit. I'd rather walk away than to be in conflict with somebody. And I know that that's something that I probably need to definitely work on, and that's, but at least I'm aware of that. And I just want to reach out and speak to people who might be in my shoes and can relate to exactly what it is I'm saying. Um, don't mean any harm to anybody. Try to be the best uplifting, motivating individual that you want to come across. Um, Very easy to get along with. It's just that when that shift has to happen, or when you are up to here with certain situations, again, like I said, when you have to put your foot down, then you become the op. Like, why? And that's because people really don't understand each other. They don't take the time to. I think a lot of us, or a lot of people, lack empathy, and so they don't care, and so then you left holding this emotional bag of messed up emotions because you made a stand for yourself and said no, or maybe you lashed out because something triggered you, and those are your emotions and they are valid. And so at that point, you have to go inward, and you have to go and sit with yourself and revisit whatever situation happened. If there's any forgiveness in there, you definitely have to forgive yourself first and foremost, and then you forgive everybody else along the way. But sticking to the topic of it's okay to not be okay, you have to. give yourself grace. Because if nobody else is going to give it to you, where else are you going to get it from? Don't suffer in silence. If you have to release emotions, if you have to cry and let it out, do that. Don't harbor it. Because when we harbor those emotions, those ill emotions, they manifest at some point in time, and they can manifest in ugly ways, meaning sicknesses, cancer, certain autoimmune illnesses, mental health illnesses. So, um, whatever you do, don't internalize it. I used to internalize a whole lot. I I still do sometimes, but I've been working on that. So when you have these emotions going on inside of you, you got to release it. Whether you're gonna write it down in a journal, whether you're gonna go sit in a mirror and talk to yourself about it, whether you're gonna go sit outside and talk to the universe about it, or whether you're going to get a therapist and go to therapy, whatever it is you have to do, get it out. Not everybody has a good friend that they can go release to. So those things that I mentioned a few seconds ago are other avenues that you can take to release. And then by all means, make sure you go within yourself, go within and try to heal that situation from the inside out. And just be aware that all the resources that you need, they're already inside of you. So you go within, you get those resources, and you work with yourself as well. And then from there, just keep in mind, because we're always looking for outside gratification. We're always looking for accolades is not the word I'm looking for, but approval from others. We're always concerned about what other people think about us, and we have to stop that too. Um, what you think about you is the only thing that should matter. Now, of course, we want to make great impressions on others, and there's nothing wrong with that. But once it becomes detrimental to your mental health, to where you just overly worried about what other people think about you and your decisions, that's when it becomes unhealthy. So I just wanted to come out here do a video about that topic. Um, I was sitting here looking at another YouTube video, and it was titled "The Gifted Wisdom of Unpleasant Feelings." So it was a TEDx talk, and so it just triggered me to come on here and do a video real quick, because a lot of times we have unpleasant feelings that come up, and a lot of times, you heard the term fight or flight. A lot of times we don't address them, we avoid them. And again, I'll be the first one to say, I can be avoidant, and because I don't, certain um, feelings or situations I don't want to deal with. But we have to get better at working through uncomfortable situations. So anyway, I hope this has resonated with someone. I hope this little piece of information has helped you. You can share the video, um, comment down in the comments section if you relate or resonate with what I have said. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Also, if you do subscribe, and give the video a thumbs up. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. I'll have another little talk for you about something, but I can just keep telling myself, all is well, all is well. want to keep your mind in the positive lane also. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.